We usually think of manipulation as something loud, maybe even obvious. But honestly, the most effective and dangerous forms of control are the ones you just don't see coming. So today, we're going to pull back that curtain. We're going to look at the silent tactics manipulators use, and we'll start with 3 of the most powerful ones out there.
This quote it nails it, right? Real manipulation isn't about yelling or making big threats. No, it's about subtle influence. It's like these invisible strings that guide your emotions, your decisions, all without you even realizing there's a puppeteer.
So yeah, how do you spot them? That is the big question. And to answer it, we have to open up the manipulator's playbook. Once you understand how these silent tactics actually work, you can start to recognize them, and more importantly, defend yourself against them. Okay, our first tactic is something called the silence trap, and it is incredibly powerful because it turns something we never even think of as a weapon, the total absence of sound, into a tool. It's all about creating pressure out of a strategic void.
Now, this isn't just someone being quiet, it's a very calculated move. See, by staying silent right after you say something, a manipulator creates this super uncomfortable vacuum. And our natural instinct? We rush to fill it. We start over-explaining or backtracking or even making concessions we never planned on. It actually taps into a really primal fear of being excluded. Silence can feel like disapproval, and it makes us scramble to get back in their good graces.
So here's the crucial point. Their silence is a tool. The whole goal is to make you feel uncomfortable. It's specifically designed to make you question what you just said, to doubt your own position, and to scramble to fix a problem that they created with nothing but quiet.
All right, next up, we have a tactic called attention scarcity. This one is really insidious because it takes our very human need for connection and validation and twists it into a weapon of control.
This technique is just dangerously effective because it taps into a really deep psychological trigger called scarcity bias. Basically, we automatically want things more if we feel like we might lose them. But it's even deeper than that. This pattern creates what's called an intermittent reinforcement schedule. It's the exact same principle that makes slot machines so addictive. You never know when you're going to get the reward, so you just keep pulling the lever.
And you can see it right here, this emotional whiplash that the cycle creates. One minute, you're the absolute center of their universe. You feel so special, so valued. And then, bam! The next minute they're cold, they're distant, and it leaves you totally confused and just desperate to get that good feeling back.
And this visual really illustrates the formula perfectly. Get this, they don't have to withdraw their attention for long. Just that 20% pullback is enough to make you desperately crave that 80% of intense focus all over again. It puts you in this constant state of seeking their approval, which, of course, gives them all the control.
Okay, this third tactic we're covering is, well, it's maybe the most deceptive of all. Because it doesn't just manipulate you in the present, it completely hijacks your hopes for the future. So what is this? It's when someone starts talking about a shared long-term future, marriage, kids, moving in together, way, way too soon. They paint this absolutely beautiful picture to create this powerful illusion of a deep connection, a connection that hasn't actually been earned through time or shared experience. This slide shows exactly how it works. Future pacing is like hitting the fast-forward button on a relationship. It just blows past all the important, sometimes messy, stages of getting to know someone for real. It creates a bond that's built on a fantasy, not on reality, which gets you emotionally invested in a future that might not even be real. So, we've just unmasked 3 really powerful tactics. The question now is, what do you do about it? And this is where we shift from just understanding the problem to actually empowering you with the solution. It all starts with learning to see those invisible strings. Think of this as your own personal field guide, a quick cheat sheet. Just 3 simple questions you can ask yourself in any situation. Is their silence being used to make you anxious? Are you constantly on an emotional roller coaster of their making? Is the talk about forever happening way too fast? These questions, they help you spot the patterns. And ultimately, it all boils down to this. These tactics get all their power from being invisible. They only really work when you don't know what's happening. The second you can see them, the moment you can actually name what's going on, they start to lose their grip. Your awareness is your shield. And I'm going to leave you with that thought. Because recognizing the pattern isn't just the first step, it's the exact moment the balance of power begins to shift. It's when you start to take back control.